Hey Virgos, welcome back to the Honey Sea Star and happy spring. So wanted to do an energy check-in, see where we're all at. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Spirit, what messages do you have for us here? Coming into that solar eclipse this weekend on the 8th. So we've got the Four of Swords in reverse. And so what I see is a lot of kind of negativity. There's some exhaustion, absolutely some restlessness here. And with the Mercury retrograde, totally makes sense. But really what this is signifying here is that there's spiritual energy healing. And so right now, if anyone has been struggling with some difficulty or finding it difficult to relax, now is the time really to pour into yourself. And routines is what I'm hearing will really help you with getting on track. But making sure to really, acknowledge the time that you need for you and to honor yourself in that. Now, with the Chariot here, what I do see is, you've been working hard. There is a victory coming ahead here as well. And it's basically Spirit is reminding you that if you have been feeling overburdened or inadequate in any way, there is victory in your cards. It's through your self-control. You're headed in the right direction, but that's the biggest thing is there's momentum picking up. And more importantly, Spirit wants you to remember you are headed in the right direction. So this is your confirmation in case anyone has been struggling with that. By all means, I am with you and I hear you. We're all here with you. Now with the Four of Pentacles here, basically what this is saying here is you've been doing very good at saving your money, not necessarily going out and spending on things that you don't need, but instead investing wisely in yourself and in what you're building. And with the Two of Cups, what I do also see here as well is that new harmonies are being found. There's new compatibilities, there's mutual attraction coming in, but also too, in light of the Mercury retrograde here too, what I see is reconciliation with loved ones. Also too, with the Two of Cups, what it really represents is that the mind and the heart are truly going to be aligned at this time with what you're building and what you're working on. And so there's definitely a point here where there's a wonderful transition here basically where, here you're kind of feeling stuck, you're getting movement, and it's really through that open-heartedness and through that strategic planning. Now, we've got the Seven of Wands in reverse. And so at this point here, especially with the Mercury retrograde, makes sense. But you could be feeling, or some of you could be feeling a little overly sensitive, or the feeling to run away, or that you're lacking confidence at this time, or even an indecision with making a very crucial decision in your life. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here too, basically what that signifies is that there's a setback. But it's a reminder in the reverse that it's temporary. Destiny always changes, and it changes through free will and through the freedom of choice. But also too, with the Wheel of Fortune, basically, it really signifies that you're working against the flow rather than with it, and trying to defy fate in a lot of ways. And so with that, what that also kind of means with the wheel is, what comes up must go down, and vice versa. In the reverse, it doesn't mean that things aren't going to work out. It just means that there's a delay, but ultimately that you'll prevail over the obstacles that are in your path, whether they've been put there for a reason or put there by others, or even by the self. And so if there's any hardships that you've been dealing with, feeling stuck, or even, finding a self-sabotage going on in some ways due to past wounds that still need to be healed, this is really recommending, and what Spirit says with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is that now is the time to rely on that inner strength that you have. Remember what you've learned from those. And also too, with the King of Wands, remember that you are wise. You've gained leadership through your honesty, through your passion, through inspiring others, and through your communication. And really, now is the time to remember how far you've come, because you've got cooperation. There is harmony here as well. So it's really a message of, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to leap. Don't be afraid of what you're building. And like I say, just don't be afraid of what it can become. Now, with the Page of Wands in up right here as well, what I'm seeing in that is, it's just another confirmation here. It's beautiful, but good news is coming. There are messengers coming towards you, but now is the time where there is a new project at hand. There's a lot of emotion and a lot of fire, but also too, you've got your earth energy here with Virgo here in the energies too. But now is the time to rely on that faith, rely on walking with spirit, and more importantly, understand that spirit is with you every step of the way here. Now, if that resonates, by all means, please let us know in the comments below. If you feel comfortable, share your story. But either way here, this is absolutely beautiful. I love what you guys are doing. I mean, this is just a phenomenal growth. Now, with the 3 Cups in reverse, basically what Spirit's kind of cautioning you on is celebrating something prematurely. So the hard work isn't done yet, I guess is how I would put it. It can also indicate, excuse me, a bit of betrayal or a feeling of rejection, or even indulgence. And so now is the time to really, kind of watch what you're doing, not rely too much on social gatherings, but, find ways to market and build those communities, build those relationships in much more intimate ways. And also much more clear-headed ways, I guess is how I would put it. And then with the don't ask. The King of Pentacles there, basically what is kind of signifying is now is the time really to basically look at your financial, endeavors, basically. Right now, there's a lot of focus on money, a lot of focus on materialism surrounding you. There could also be corruption that you're witnessing or experiencing. But really, there could be a feeling, a lot of us could be feeling tired at this point as well. And so if you are lacking any energy or seeing that, the good news about spring is that that's when seeds are really sown and starting to sprout. And so have faith. But what I do see in the cards here is there's going to be a lot of decoys and a lot of temptation. So, what I'm kind of seeing here is, with the relationships that you're wanting to build, that you are building, just watch the foggy goggles, as I would put it. See people for who they are. Don't be mistaken in that way. Watch who you're sharing with, who you're cooperating with. Especially with Mercury retrograde, a lot of the past can come back. This could be where this emotion is coming from, is that there were some very, very close relationships where you could have been tempted in the past with, and it looks like they may be coming back in as well. Now, with that, what Spirit is saying here is really, especially with the solar eclipse coming in, and we just had our lunar eclipse, remember the new start. There's been a lot of talk about being, where the past comes up, especially with how much Aries is in right now, or in the sky right now. And like I say, we've got Mercury retrograde basically all of April, so yay. But a lot of that unresolved business is going to be coming in. And what Spirit is saying here is with this solar eclipse, the main thing to keep your, is to keep your eyes open with that. There is indeed a new start. It's got a lot of potential. But really right now is to enjoy that journey, to really be ready to take that new start without taking the baggage of the past along with you and being weighed down by it. Also, too, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Lovers card. So I don't know if anyone is possibly dealing with a new partnership, have been kind of curious or worried about where it's going, but I do see romance here, especially with the Two of Cups and the Lovers here, and also, too, some Eight of Wands acceleration. So this is kind of across the board. I see a lot of old coming in, old energies, and then also, too, a lot of new potential energies. But what I absolutely see is there is something going on here with a new love or a new passion that's going to be ignited, especially with that Chariot, especially with that movement of the Wands here with the Eight of Wands. So I hope this helps. If this resonates, please like, share, subscribe. The other thing too is take what resonates, leave the rest, but ultimately remember, choice and free will are yours. Your story is yours and yours alone. So take care. Thanks so much for listening. Love and light, and I'll see you in the next reading.